Namaste. Before following any of the advice or practices suggested in this video, it is always recommended that you consult with your doctor as to its suitability, especially if you suffer from any health problems or special conditions. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, and Tridevi Chumunda Mandir cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred as a result of the exercises and meditations contained in this video. Namaste, and welcome to Tridevi Chumunda Mandir here in Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit, very glad that you could join me this evening. So this marks the fifth installment of our current chair yoga and the Chakra series. We're going to be honoring the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, this evening. Just looking at the conditions, I'm going to add just a little more light to the room before we begin. Oh, that was not what I intended to do. So I'd like to begin with a few announcements. Starting with this coming Friday, we'll be doing the fifth installment of our series on the Kali Nitya goddesses. We'll be honoring the goddess Virodhini. And then next Tuesday, that'll be the 13th, we'll be doing the first of a series of 9 pujas for the spring Navaratri celebration, the 9 nights of Mother Divine. And as part of our daily pujas during this celebration, I'll be including a recitation and reading from this scripture, the Devi Gita, the Song of the Goddess. And so our pujas will include recitation of the scripture in English, and then during the meditation phase of the puja, I'll be chanting that same chapter or chapters in its original Sanskrit. So we'll be continuing with 9 nightly pujas beginning on the 13th. Pay attention to the calendar email that I send out. Also, you can take a look on the temple Facebook page as well. So this again is a chair yoga series. So a chair such as this, or even a kitchen type chair, will work. You may want some other props such as folded blankets, a yoga block if you have one, or cushions. And before we begin, let's start our practice tonight, as we've been doing, with a very short devotional puja, so that we're doing our work and our meditation in sacred space. So I invite you to make yourself comfortable. You can already be sitting in the chair if you'd like, but I invite you to bring the palms of your hands together to your heart center, and we'll begin our practice by chanting the syllable Om 3 times. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Exhale, slowly open your eyes. Om Pavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavistam Gatopiva Yashmere Pandadikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi. And for our Puja mantras, we're going to use the Bij mantras to the chakras. Lam Vam Ram Yam Ham Om. 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 Jema. So the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, known as Vishuddhi, and the term Vishuddha or Vishuddhi means pure or purification. So it is centered in the throat, in the area of the thyroid and parathyroid glands. It also includes the trachea, the larynx, the esophagus, the cervical or neck vertebra, shoulders, arms, hands, mouth area, tongue, and jaw. Essential issues include communication and self-expression. Its tattva symbol, which we'll be using in the meditation, is of a white sphere, and it's visualized as a white sphere, and the white light is made up of just an infinite number of colored dots of every color imaginable. Its associated sense is hearing. Its element is the ether or space element. Its mantra is hum, which we'll be using in the meditation. In a balanced throat chakra, one feels peaceful, truthful, listening, good at communication, strong self-expression. In an unbalanced throat chakra, one may experience shyness, weak or encumbered voice, fear of speaking, an inability to listen, lying, arrogance. On a physical level, throat, hearing, or thyroid problems, neck issues, shoulder issues, arm issues. And a very common symptom is tension around the jaw, stemming from the inability or the fear of speaking what one desires or what one feels. So I'd like to begin our practice in a seated position using our chair. And this is also where some of the props may come in handy, because in our simple sitting position, the feet are flat on the floor, hands resting comfortably on your knees, back is straight. So depending on the chair you have, if you If your feet aren't quite reaching the floor comfortably, you might want to have something like a folded blanket on the floor. Or likewise, if your knees feel kind of high, you might want to have a cushion, a small cushion or folded blanket under your hips. We're going to be doing some forward folding, and so a block may come in handy for that. So we're going to begin as we typically begin our yoga practices by doing a simple deep breathing meditation. So I invite you to sit comfortably with your back straight, close your eyes, and begin to breathe slowly and deeply. Letting go of the tensions and concerns of the day. Scanning the body briefly and noticing any areas of physical tension. And letting that tension go with each out breath. And let every inward breath bring you to a deeper and deeper level of relaxation. Feeling the mind becoming still and feeling your awareness in the present moment. But just being aware of the sound of the breath as it enters and leaves. Sensation as the air enters and leaves through the nose into the lungs and out. If it would be more comfortable, you can try inhaling through the nose and out through the mouth. Or if you're experiencing issues with your sinuses, you can even breathe in and out through the mouth, through pursed lips. But finding a place of stillness and silence. And if it feels right, making a short intention to yourself. Just thinking of some issue in your life that's ready for healing, transformation. And make the acknowledgement that in taking part in this practice, you're taking a very powerful initial step toward resolution. And so I invite you to slowly open your eyes. Take a couple of just normal breaths. Just feeling the effects of this very simple yet very powerful meditation. And then slowly, I invite you to come to standing. Standing behind your chair, bringing your hands to the chair. Feet are about hip width apart. Slight bend to the knees. Back is straight. And I invite you to once again, hi Ringo, resume the deep, slow breathing. And as you breathe, find a natural movement for your body with your breath. Perhaps elongating the body as you inhale, flexing the spine as you exhale. And then as you breathe, bringing in more free-form movement, getting the knees and the hips and the ankles and the shoulders, the wrists involved. And just doing this very simple warm-up to just move the joints and prepare for the movement practice that we're about to do. So making forward and backward folds, lateral folds to the side, using the hips and the shoulders to bring you into some very simple and gentle twisting motions, moving the neck, releasing the jaw and the tongue, and just opening those places where we tend to hold tension sometimes through the day. And then after a while, letting the movements become more subtle, more gentle. Returning to a place of stillness and stepping back a little bit. Inhale and exhale, coming down and just making a nice stretch across the back, arms, and the shoulders. Continuing to breathe, keeping that slight micro bend to the knees. Coming a little deeper into the pose if body and breath allows. And then inhale, coming back to center. And returning to our seated position in the chair. You may want to scoot just a little bit forward because I'm going to be doing some backward and forward motion. And so inhale, hinging at the hips, coming forward, bringing the chin and the chest forward. Exhale, coming back, collapsing the chest, bringing the chin to the chest. Slow, fluid, gentle movements. Further warm up the spine in seated cat-cow. And inhale, coming back to neutral. Taking a couple of breaths. Feeling the effects of the movement and the practice. And then inhale, raising the right arm. And exhale, bringing the arm down, and you can grab the seat of the chair or some other stable point on the chair, or if you have a block, bringing your hand to the block. And inhale, windmilling the left arm around, keeping the shoulder back, keeping both sits bones in place. Bending to the right and breathing. And inhale, coming up. Take a couple of breaths. Transition block to the other side if you're going to be using block. Inhale, raising the left arm overhead. Exhale, finding that stable place for the left hand. Inhale, rotating the right arm around, keeping the shoulder back. Again, both sits bones in place. Breathing and flexing to the left. And inhale, coming up slowly. Bringing your hands back to your knees. Take a couple of breaths. Might want to scoot back in the chair a little bit for our next movement. But inhale, raising the left arm overhead. Exhale, bringing it to the right knee. Inhale, kickstanding the right arm around, grabbing the back of the chair and twisting gently to the right. Turning the head to look over the right shoulder. Breathing. And then inhale. And exhaling back to center. Taking a couple of breaths. And then inhale, raising the right arm overhead. And exhale, bringing it to the left knee. Inhale, kickstanding the left arm around, grabbing the back of the chair and breathing as we twist to the left. Turning the head to look over the right shoulder, breathing. And then inhale and exhale, coming back to center. Take a couple more breaths. And then inhale, bringing the arms forward, fingers up. Exhale, make a fist. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Let's do 3 more. And then inhale, both palms toward the ceiling. Exhale, bringing the fingers to the shoulder. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Let's do 3 more. Good. And then making circles at the shoulders. Breathing. And reverse. Good. And then bringing your hands to your knees. And inhale, bringing the shoulders up. Exhale, bringing the hands forward, shoulders down. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down, and just making shoulder circles forward as we massage the knees with our hands. Keeping the breath in sync with our movements. And then reversing directions with the next inhale. Rotating the shoulders in the other direction. Resting for a moment, taking a couple of breaths. And then inhale, both arms overhead, grabbing opposite wrists. Inhale, exhale, pulling the right hand behind the head. Inhale up, exhale left, inhale up, exhale right, inhale up, exhale left. Let's do 1 more on each side. Good. Inhale, both arms overhead again, grabbing the left wrist, and inhale, exhale, flexing gently to the right. Inhale up, switching hands, exhale to the left, inhale up, exhale to the right, inhale up, exhale to the left, inhale up, 1 more on the right, inhale up, 1 more on the left, good, inhale up, bringing the fingers behind the head in a basket, elbows back, stretching across the chest, breathing, opening that throat area, relaxing the jaw. And then inhale and exhale, slowly bringing the hands back to your knees and take a couple of breaths. And scooting a little bit forward on the chair and crossing your right leg over your left. And inhale, raising the right arm overhead, dropping the hand behind the back, reaching around with the left hand, keeping the back straight, breathing in the seated version of Gomukhasana. And inhale And exhale, release, bringing the right foot back to the floor. Take a couple of breaths. And then crossing the left leg over the right. Inhale, left arm overhead, dropping the hand behind, meeting it as best you can with the right arm, keeping the back straight and breathing. And inhale. And exhale, release, coming back to neutral. Take a couple more breaths. And then inhale, beginning to turn the head so you're looking up toward the ceiling without crunching the neck. Exhale, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, turning the head to the right. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, left. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, right. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, left. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, center. And take a deep inhale. And exhale, bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale back to center. Take a couple of breaths. Scooting a little more forward on the chair, but still finding a nice, safe, stable position. And then inhale, rolling the shoulders back, bringing the hands to the seat of the chair, lifting the heart, opening the throat toward the ceiling and breathing. In seated camel pose. And inhale. Exhale, rolling the shoulders forward, coming back to center. Take a couple of breaths. And then inhale, tall. Exhale, bringing your elbows to the knees, resting your forehead in your hands. Making a nice curve to the spine, just nice counter pose to that backward bending we were doing in seated child's pose. And then to just loosen up the jaw, the tongue, and the muscles of the face, we're going to do lion. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3. And finally, one more pose just to prepare us for our meditation. So I invite you to transition to the mat. Bringing your chair forward. Finding the safest way to bring your feet up to the seat of the chair. So you can just bring them up like I'm doing. Or you can rest on your side and then roll to bring your feet and legs up to the chair. Bringing your arms to your sides. You may want to have a cushion or folded blanket behind the head if that's comfortable. But just resting in legs up the chair. Breathing. Just a nice supportive pose for the end of our practice. And then transitioning, bring the feet and legs to the mat. Coming into Shavasana. Moving the chair if it's more comfortable to do that. You may want a little bit of support under the back or under the knees. Maybe a little cushion behind the head to help keep the airway open. Some people like to have a blanket over them for Shavasana. The body can sometimes lose heat in meditation. Just take a moment and find that position on your back. And if lying on the floor on your back is just not speaking to you tonight, you can always come back into a seated position, either on the floor with a cushion behind the hips, or even back in the chair. There are always choices. So I invite you to find that comfortable position for our meditation. Closing your eyes. And if you're laying down, having your palms pointing upwards, arms a comfortable distance from the body, feet a comfortable distance apart. The feet can be dropping to opposite directions. But once again, returning to that deep, slow, yogic breathing. Seem to have some cat politics going on right now. But tuning out all the distractions other than my voice, which will be guiding you. Taking a physical inventory of yourself, just noticing if there's any other areas of tension and letting your breath carry that tension away. To bring yourself into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. And now I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath, bringing your awareness and your breath to the center of your throat. And in your mind's eye, I invite you now to visualize just before you a bright white sphere of light. Just focus your attention upon the form of the white sphere. And as you look closer, you may notice that the sphere and its light is made up of millions of tiny points, dots of light of every color imaginable, blending together into the color of white. And just look upon the sphere and allow yourself to be aware of whatever that experience brings into your realm of awareness. It can be thoughts, it can be memories, maybe there's some secondary mental images. Maybe there's a certain feeling or emotion that comes from this experience. Whatever it is, just silently witness whatever manifests. Just witness it from a safe, non-attached distance. Let it come, honor it, and let it go. And then I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath, just letting go of the visualization. And now with your breath, we're going to silently chant a mantra. So as you inhale slowly, I invite you to intone to yourself the mantra Ham. And then as you exhale, slowly intoning the mantra Ham. Inhaling Ham and exhaling Ham. And again, just being aware of whatever comes into your awareness as a result of silently breathing and chanting the mantra. And then taking another deep and clearing breath. Letting go of the mantra and bringing your breath and your attention back to the center of the throat. And just breathing into the center of the throat and being aware of what manifests again. If there's physical tension, let the breath release it. If there's thoughts or memories or mental pictures or feelings or emotions, just let yourself witness them. And continue breathing. And now expand your awareness with each breath, little by little. Filling your breath and your awareness, letting it fill in the throat, the back of the neck, and letting your breath and awareness expand now to your shoulders and your collarbones. Expanding slowly down each arm to embrace the upper arms and the elbows and the forearms and your wrists and your hands and your fingers. Just be aware of the experience of expanding your breath into those areas. And let the expansion continue to include your jaw and your mouth and your tongue. Feel the jaw loosen with every breath. Feel the neck and the shoulders becoming more and more relaxed, along with the arms and the hands and your fingers. Just feeling the neck relaxing, and the throat, and your voice box, and your jaw, and your tongue, shoulders, arms, and hands, becoming more and more relaxed with every breath. And then taking another deep and clearing breath and letting your awareness now come into your heart, and just take a moment and just relax in a place of stillness and silence. Just resting and appreciating the fact that you've taken part in this practice tonight. And just feeling its effects. So take another deep and clearing breath and begin to bring your awareness back from the meditation. Notice the sensation of your body either sitting or lying upon the floor. If you've been lying in Shavasana, I invite you to slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet and your arms and your legs. Letting yourself roll over onto one side, resting on your side, keeping your eyes closed. Feeling the temperature of the air on your skin. Clothes you're wearing also covering your skin. And then carefully engaging your arms and your hands to bring you up into a seated position, still keeping your eyes closed. Bringing your hands to heart center and listening to our benediction. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Giving gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice this evening. Very slowly opening your eyes. Namaste. Blessings always. And thank you so very much for joining me this evening. If you received the invitation of last night for the live Q&A, we'll be beginning that on Zoom at 8:15. Hope you can join me for that. If you would like to be included in our live Q&A in the future, please use the chat function to give me a working email address or a Facebook address, and I'll be happy to give you that information in the future. You can always email me at my channel if you have any questions or comments. And I look forward to you joining me Friday night for our puja to the Divine Mother Kali Virodni. And beginning next week, the 9 days of Mother Divine. So again, blessings always. Jai Mata Di. Namaste. Talk to you soon and have a wonderful night.